defense for James and Jennifer Crumbley filed a motion in the Michigan Supreme Court. They are asking the state's top court to dismiss the charges against them. Attorneys for the Crumbleys say their clients' constitutional rights are being violated. The Crumbleys each face 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter in connection to the shooting at Oxford High School on November 30th of 2021. In September, the appeals court denied the attorneys' request for a stay. One argument being made is they are not being treated fairly by the prosecution, and the attorneys fear a jury will be biased.
The question that will be asked during jury selection is whether or not if any of the pretrial publicity or news articles or social media comments that they saw about the case will affect their ability to listen to the case and make an unbiased, fair decision.
Over the course of 3 days, trauma professionals with Guidepost Solutions have set up inside 2 locations in Oakland County. The company's president tells me their goal is to gather as much information into the days leading up to the shooting on November 30th, 2021, and what has been done since at the school.
We do investigations, and we're hired by clients, companies, individuals to conduct investigations. We do that, and we do it without favor for anyone, including the party that hired us.
Guidepost Solutions was hired by the Oxford Community School District. However, the district denied 3 requests from Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel to do an investigation, saying they would hire their own company. Guidepost Solutions has been working on the investigation since July.
Our work will be transparent, and it will be reported on to the public at the same time that we give it to the board.
The president tells me their goal is to figure out if procedures and practices were in place at the time of the shooting, to look at the alleged shooter's history and see what school officials knew before November 30th, 2021. To review the actions of the school staff and active shooter policies. They are also trying to figure out what support was given to students, staff, and families after the shooting. They also plan to figure out what improvements have been done at the school after November 30th, 2021.
Now we're left wondering just how true and correct and full this investigation is going to be.
Lori Bargeau is part of the Change for Oxford group. They have called for transparency from the district from the very beginning.
I'm trying not to put the focus on what happened here as much. What I believe I can do, the biggest change we can do right now, is what will happen next time. We have to face the facts that even if we make it as safe as possible, these things will and can happen again.
Spoke with the superintendent, Stacy Kreiner, who says a tipster contacted the OK to Say hotline during the late evening hours of September 21st until the early morning hours of September 22nd. And she says ensuring the safety of students would not have been possible without this program.
So it gives them access to a trained professional who's able to respond appropriately to the context of the tip that they're providing and get it to the appropriate people in a very timely and efficient manner.
Stacy Kreiner is Alma Public School superintendent. She says after tips were made, an investigation started at about 6 a.m. This led to Gratiot County Prosecutor's Office taking 3 students into juvenile custody following an investigation into a reported threat at Alma High School.
Just really thankful for OK to Say and the program. We'll continue to support the program and thank the brave students who reach out and utilize that program.
Carlos Fossati is a detective with the Michigan State Police and a team lead for the OK to Say program. He tells me the OK to Say program started in 2014. It's a confidential tip line for students to report anything they feel is dangerous or harmful in their environment.
The information they share as far as the situation they're dealing with is given to the schools or law enforcement depending on the type of tip.
Fossati says there are different categories for tips such as bullying, suicide, threats, and self-harm. He says when making a tip, students should provide as much detail as possible.
If the tipster doesn't provide enough information to where the school or law enforcement can utilize that to interject and prevent something from occurring, then we have to wait until we get more information from that tipster. And sometimes that can take several hours to days.
Fossati says having this type of program in schools helps with the stigma surrounding the code of silence.
So by providing that confidentiality for that person, the tipster, relieves all that stress and opens up a lot of information we normally would have gotten.